right. Great selling Saturday. Everyone, hope you're doing well. So that's Mascolo Jr. with Manufactured Home Sales Mastery. And with our 15 minutes of mastery that we do each and every day to get you some information, inspiration, motivation, so that you can go out and attack the day. And what a great selling Saturday it is out here in San Antonio. My gosh, what can I tell you other than welcome to episode number 528. Hey, listen. So we talk all the time about success. I'm sure that you became part of this industry because you heard about opportunities that exist. You heard about the possibilities that exist within the industry, income and success and things of that nature, right? So why is it that a lot of sales consultants maybe don't do everything that they can with this? I want to talk to you about that because as the title of today's episode says, we were meant to live for so much more, and it's not just a song by Switchfoot. All right. As a matter of fact, this is a higher calling that we've got, man. In the Bible, in God's word, it says Genesis 1:28, for be fruitful and multiply. This was God speaking to Adam and Eve, right? When he created them. Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and subdue it, right? And have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the birds of the heavens and over every living thing that moves on earth. When you stop to really think about that, man, that's a lot of responsibility. There was a lot of opportunity for Adam and Eve. And so that means for us, right? As human beings, we were meant to live for so much more. We were meant to do so much more. And so I want to bring a little bit of that into this. I want to bring some of that into our world because I feel like sometimes, that's right, Rolando, subdue it. Sometimes we have a problem with doing more. Sometimes we have a problem with standing out. Sometimes we have a problem with being successful. A lot of people all over the world, right? And maybe it has to do with our relationship with success, with our relationship with money, whatever it may be. But look, I'm here to talk to you about something that is not related to money. Okay. Even though some of you may say, like, what? What do you mean? Man, I sell. I'm here to make some money. And I'm with you 1,000%. Okay. Because with money, you can do great things. With money, you can help a lot more than you can without it. Right. But I want to talk about what it means to do more in this business. First of all, and here is the thing. There's an opportunity for you to do so much more. And what I mean by that is there's an opportunity for you to make so much impact in your area, whatever part of the country that you're in. You could be that agent of change. You could be that person that is helping family after family after family, not just to accomplish a goal. It's not even, I'm not even talking about helping them accomplish a goal of becoming a homeowner. I'm talking about making an impact in their life, about helping them transform their life, because we all know that a lot of the people that you deal with, that I have dealt with over the years when I was doing what you were doing, a lot of them were in very dire needs, right? A lot of them had really a huge need to get out of the situation they were in, whether it was a rundown, beat up house, or whether it was a bad situation at home, or a relationship that had just ended. Man, it's unfortunate that those things happen. But here's the great thing about what we do. All of that bad stuff that is surrounding these people that come in, and not all of them have, but a lot of them do, right? A lot of them have something going on that's causing them to make the transition, make the move. A lot of those people that are coming to you today on Saturday, the selling Saturday, they have those situations, and you can help take them out of that and into a better life for them. And I'm here to tell you, yes, it is that deep. It is that deep. How many of us have not helped a single mom who is getting out of a bad relationship, that I mean, we know, we've seen it. How many of us have helped that elderly couple that was living in this house that was run down, floors busted, kitchen just torn up? How many of us have helped families that were? I remember I had my last couple of years, when I was still selling. There was a family who came to us one morning, and they were so scared because that same night, the reason they were in our office, because that night there was a drive-by shooting in their community, and the bullet went through their house, and they wanted to get out of that. So we make an impact. There are so many people out there. And I know you guys have tons of stories, man. I'd love to hear them. I'd love for you guys to start commenting on these episodes. I know there's some more of you watching out there than you let us know, because I see the numbers. All right. It'd be fantastic if you started to share and pour into this, and help others around the country see exactly what it is that you do, what you encounter, how you help, what you do to bring people forward, to move them forward, not just yourself, but others, the families you're dealing with, the people in your office. Share those things, man. Let's start really building this community. But anyway, I digress. We have all been there. You see, it's not even a sales thing. It's a human kindness thing that we do. You only win when they win. You don't win until they win. And that's why I tell you, you have to be okay with success. When you stop thinking just about you, and you stop thinking just about your problems, and you stop thinking just about what you've got going on, and you actually remove yourself from the equation, and you truly become that agent of change for these people, and you are listening, and you are diving in, and you are really focused in on helping these folks, because it's your responsibility. Not even is it your job, it's your responsibility as a human to help another human being to improve their situation, if they can. I understand not all of them can, right? Because there are still some rules, some regulations, there's some requirements that they have to meet in order to be able to purchase a home. I get it. But every one of them we should treat in that manner. Every one of them we should be fighting to get them off the street. Every one of them we should be calling them and making sure they make their way down to your location, even though they're trying not to. But they reached out to you. They reached out to you through some of your marketing, through your company's marketing, whatever it is. And so when you receive that lead, if that lead came to you and you are not being 1000% committed to bringing these people in, to saving them from themselves, to removing themselves and helping them get out of their own way, if you're not committed to doing that, you're doing a disservice. And you aren't doing everything that you were meant to do. And listen, I'm not telling you this right now in a manner of trying to beat you up. That's not what I'm doing at all. This is not beating you up. I promise you, I swear 1000%, man, I am not beating you up 1000%. Please believe me when I tell you that. Okay. But what I am telling you is this, ladies and gentlemen, all across the globe, whoever is watching this right now, and if you are part of this industry, if you're part of the housing industry, no matter what it is that you do, but I'm speaking to you out there, right? If you're part of this, you need to do more. You need to go out and really make things happen. Realize that you have that responsibility. I shared that Bible verse at the beginning, right? We were put here, as Rolando said, to subdue the world. Now, don't read that word and say, well, that means to control. That means no. Subdue in this context simply meant grow it, fill it, show it how to be. Have it be in my honor, first of all, And second, have it be right. Ladies and gentlemen, what we do couldn't be anything more right than what we do. What you do, I should say at this point, we simply assist you in helping you get a little bit better at it, right? But we've got to go out there and do great things. So I want to talk to you about, why you shouldn't feel bad for being successful. I go back to that because look, I'm telling you right now, man, I have sabotaged myself so many times in my life. I have sabotaged myself, my success in business and in my personal life. And I know that a lot of it has to do just with the fact that I lacked confidence. And okay, let me back up a little bit, right? I lacked confidence in the fact of that I would be able to sustain it. You see, I had this, for some reason, mistaken view on success, and I thought that it wasn't for me. I thought that it was for everybody else. I thought it was for all of those other people that I looked at as being successful. And I thought, there's something different about them. There's something special about them. And there was something different about them. There is something different about anyone and everyone out there that you would look at and say, that's a successful woman. That is a successful man right there. They've led a life. Where our office building is, at here in San Antonio, down the road here is a Red McCombs Ford dealership. Okay, Red McCombs has since passed, but Red McCombs is a huge name in Texas and beyond, right? Especially in the San Antonio and Austin area. And so I would look and say, man, that was a successful person, BJ Red McCombs, right? But when you stop and think about it, there's no difference between him and me, except for one thing. He continued on. He faced the same adversities. He faced the same failures. He probably had bigger failures because look, man, he built a huge empire. But he was still this one guy that grew up. And if you go and look at his background, or you look at any other successful person's background, from Jeff Bezos to Elon Musk, all of these folks, right? I keep using these names because those are the people of today. You look at them, and the majority of them started right down the same place that you are right now. Two things are different. They had huge vision, and they didn't stop. They went after it. They had huge vision. They set these huge goals, and they put in the work, and they made it happen. But along the way, I can guarantee you, they all had failures. They all had money problems. They all had relationship problems. They all had insecurities. They all had everything that you and I both have. The only difference is they did not stop. So I'm telling you right now, don't stop. This selling Saturday, every single family that walks in the door, understand that you have a huge responsibility unto them and unto God. Whatever you believe as far as a higher power, you have a huge responsibility to that higher power to do everything that you possibly can to help those people that are in front of you. They are humans. They aren't sales. They are human, just like you. You can be their agent of change. You got to be committed. You have to understand that you were meant to do more. We were meant as human beings to do so much more. We were all meant to thrive, not just survive. Don't take those words out of you've got to take those words out of your mouth. It irks me, for a lack of a better term that I will not say here live on air. It irks me when somebody in my training classes, or somebody that comes, if I had somebody come in my office a couple of days ago and we were having a conversation, Just want to pay my bills. Oh my gosh. Does that drive me crazy when somebody says that, especially in the industry that we're in? Look, I know that. There's no secret behind that, right? We all want to just pay our bills. But that's also what keeps us down. Remember when I talked about these guys like Red McCombs, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, whomever it is, the lady who created Spanx. I don't want to leave the women out, right? I don't know her name. I apologize. J.K. Rowling's, is that her name from the books, the whatever? Anyway, the difference is that they had huge vision. They went after it. I was talking this week to all our training clients and on their weekly calls that we do. And we were talking about vision this week. You've got to have a huge vision. You can accomplish it. It's going to take work. It's going to take work. You can't get away from the work. It's going to take work. But a lot of you say, I work so hard. I'm a hard worker. I do all of this. I show up early. I'm there late. I'm there till all ungodly hours helping families. And they come in at 6 and I'm there till like 9. And I'm working 7 days a week and all this other jazz. And I get it. But here's the thing. Here's the difference. You're putting in all this work, quote unquote work, right? We can discuss what quality of work you're putting in, but you're putting all this work in, but you don't have huge vision. You don't see that work that you're putting in can lead to accomplishing that huge vision. But it's one step at a time. It's one day at a time. It's you've got to have the huge vision and break it down into little chunks, little bite-sized chunks, and attack those chunks daily. And you got to play the long-term game, not the immediate instant gratification thing that you get from your phone. And that's why you scroll. Well, I scroll, I get on my phone and oh my God, I can order Uber Eats, or I can get a car right here, right now, or I could get online and I can scroll my social media and I can get those little dopamine hits. And that happens immediately. And you see what happens is when you do that and you get so conditioned to wanting it now when you have to put in the work at the office and you have to call somebody 30 times before they actually pick up, you give up because you don't play the long game. You don't understand that this is bullshit. Excuse my language. Social media, instant gratification is BS. And look, I look at it too. There's a lot of great stuff. I put it in my stories. There's some cool crap in there, man. I'm not lying. I know, but that's why they do it to you. And so they do it to us. They try and get us to get so consumed in that. But anyway, when it's done, it's conditioned us just like your buyers. It's conditioned your buyers. If it's conditioned you, it's conditioned them. They want it now. And that's why they're not willing to put in the work. And that's why you've got to understand that when you get somebody who decides to move forward, it's going to take you're going to have to put up a fight the whole way through because they're going to be looking at different ways to be able to get themselves out of it. Not because they don't want it, but because it takes work and because it's not instant gratification. Because on my phone, I can get on here and I can get that dopamine hit right away. Here, my dopamine hit doesn't happen for months because that's when I get to finally move into my house. Oh, but in the meantime, I got to get you more pay stubs. I got to get you bank statements. What do you mean that I've the appraisal? What the heck's an appraisal? What does that mean? There's so much that could be in the way. But that's where you are the agent of change. That's where you are the person who can help these families. But you have to understand, what is your vision? How big is your vision? How much work are you willing to put in? If you go on my social right now, you'll see posts that I did when I showed up to the office today. Talking about, just got to come in. It's every single day for us. We're building, man. We're just in year 2. Well, next week will be 2 years that we've been at this. Most people don't make it 2 months. I'm going to start a business. And then 2 months later, they're not doing it anymore. Hey, look, I've been there. I've done that in my past. Okay. Finally figured out what Red McCombs did, what Elon Musk did, what Jeff Bezos, what the lady at Spanx did. And oh my God, that friggin' author. You guys know who the heck am I talking about? Well, what's the movies they got? Oh my God. Anyway, but anyway, look, I figured out the difference, and I'm not letting it get away from me this time. The difference is this: they just didn't stop. They fought through the failures, they fought through the length of time. They were at it every single day. And that's what most people are not willing to do. Are you? Are you willing to put in the work every single day for the big vision in little steps, in small goals, small little steps that you're taking every single day? And you may not see it today, right? You may not see it today. I'm going to show you guys something. Let me grab this. I apologize for getting off screen, but check this out. And I wish I could show you everything that I had over the last 2 years, but look, you won't see the results in one day, right? You can open up a day and you'll see notes and you'll see this stuff, but that's all you see today. That's all you see today, right? But it's what you do every single day that starts to compound, that winds up turning into more consistent wins, more consistent business, more consistent sales, right? More consistent families that you're helping, more consistent people coming in to see you. It's every freaking day. Every day. You can't skip. No, look, you've got to, if you're out there selling, you've got to do your personal marketing. If you're out there selling, you've got to make phone calls every single day. But if you do that, you will live your life that you were meant to live. You will be successful. You will start winning on a financial level where now you can accomplish the things of your big vision. You think it's not working. You think people aren't buying. You think the economy is freaking people. You think that the tariffs are. No, they're not. They're not. You know what's affecting your traffic, your sales, your pull through, your closings, your fundings? You know what's affecting it? The fact that you're not doing it every single day. We all dream. We all do. And the great thing about it, that as humans, and especially for those of us that are in this country, we are so blessed to be in this country because you can dream and you can actually make it happen. But it goes back to the same thing. Every single day. That's the only way you're going to accomplish it. Me, you, my kids, my wife, all of us. You, right there. Jackson, you want to be an Oscar winning filmmaker? It's every single day, brother. Every single day. Every single day. There is no day that you don't go after it. There is no day that you don't put in the work. Christian, same thing. You want to accomplish these things. You want to do these things. You want to be an adventure. You want to be whatever it is you want to do. It's going to be every single day, and it's 100,000%. Not 99, not 99.9. It's 100% every day commitment. And I don't want you guys realizing that when you're 50. If you're younger than me, because that's when I finally realized when I started this company. Because even the years before that, even as general manager, I would tell you right now, for me, I was there every single day, but I wasn't there every single day. You guys can accomplish so much. You guys can do so much, and we want to see you do it. And you've got a huge responsibility to make it happen for people. Let's go out and do great things today, right? So, look, man, I've been on this thing for 25 minutes. Your 15 minutes to mastery just turned into 30. Right? We're doubling it up for you today because I know that we haven't been doing everything we should be doing, and I apologize for that. But look, we're going to cover some things here. And first and foremost, look, you have to realize that you are an agent of change for people. You're not a sales consultant. You're not a housing consultant. You're not a whatever it is that you guys call yourselves at your location. You're not a community manager. You are an agent of change. Yes, like I told you before, it is that deep. Because you provide one of the three basic human needs: shelter. The three basic human needs: food, water, shelter. Some would say clothing, right? But clothing is not a basic human need. We won't get into that. There's a whole theological thing behind that. You could live and be naked. Some people may not want to see it, so you may be uncomfortable with, but you could live without clothes. Let's just say, put that out there, right? Basic human needs: food, water, shelter. You must have shelter. Without shelter, you will perish also. Okay. You have more than skill. You have a responsibility. We all have a responsibility. We here at Manufactured Home Sales Mastery, we have a responsibility for you, because our mission here as a company is to help as many people out there to become homeowners. Our mission is to help as many people out there to get out of those situations we talked about at the beginning, right? The rundown house, the bad neighborhoods, the bullets flying through the house. Like I told you about one customer towards the end of my career when I was still selling. It's a responsibility, what we do, what you do. So it's not just a skill. I'm not great at sales, right? People say, man, you speak so well. You have this confidence about you. You can sell whatever. It's not a skill. It's a responsibility. And I take that responsibility very, very serious. Do I have a good time with it? Of course I have a good time with it. But it's a responsibility. And the other thing that you need to do is fix your relationship with success. Don't sabotage yourself anymore. Stop it. Stop it. Understand there will be failures, but just because you run across a failure, just because you hit an obstacle, just because something threw you off, doesn't mean it's not meant to be. It's part of the journey. That's where I screwed up. That's where I messed up. I would hit that failure and I thought, man, it's not meant for me. Screw that. It is meant for you. It's meant for all of you. But that failure, that obstacle, that slowdown, that everything, it's part of the journey. We went to church last night. We went to the Easter service last night because we're going to be tied up with family tomorrow and all that. So, and that's what part of the message is, right? The failures are part of it. You've got to have not just believe, but you got to have faith. You got to have faith that that vision was put in your heart and in your mind and your soul for a reason. Just like it was for me, my vision of building this company to what I know that it will be 5-10 years from now. 5-10 years from now. I speak in years. I don't speak in days or months now. When I see 5-10, but I got to live it every single day. You got to fix your relationship with success. So when you fix it, you won't let those obstacles. We've had plenty. I told you 7 months of no business. Can you imagine? Can you imagine starting a company and you have no business, zero, zip, zilch, nada for the first 7 months? Who wouldn't say, man, maybe this isn't meant to be for me? Screw that. I don't believe that. I didn't believe it, and I kept going. And here we are now. 2 years later, a little humble office for right now, but we're moving forward. We're progressing. We're growing. We're growing. We're adding to what we're doing. We're adding to our team. It's just continued to be. There will be failures. From the 7 months that we had no business to losing some contract to maybe a couple of people that we don't really fulfill what we thought we were going to be able to. Those things happen. Life failures, life problems, all of those things will happen, but it doesn't mean it wasn't meant to be. It just means, hey man, deal with that, but keep going. It's part of the journey. And lastly, understand this. You can do so much more. You can be good with success. You can rest great every single night knowing that as you're stockpiling wins and as you're stacking cash and as you're building and doing things and building a better life for you and the people around you and possibly maybe growing a company where you're going to be able to help other people, not just the people, like we said, the homeowners, but now the people that we have as part of our team. It's my responsibility to make sure that they thrive as well and we help them reach those levels of success. You'll be able to do that only if and when you realize that you win because others win first. You win and you accomplish all those things because you helped families win on their journey. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. We win as a company. I win as an individual here at Manufactured Home Sales Mastery because you win. The more we pour into you, the more we help you, the more you get out of your own way. And sometimes I got to slap you across the head, right? Just like you have to do your customer. Sometimes we got to do snap out of it. Stop being a little punk. Do your marketing, make the phone calls. Come on, you got to go with this. It's this and that. But we win because you win. And you win because they win. Let's go win. That's what God put us on earth to do. Win. You remember? You remember what it was? Okay? Remind you. Why were we put here? Let's see if I can do it right here. There it is. Take this off. Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and subdue it. And have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the heaven, and over every living thing that moves on earth. In other words, you were put here. You were put on this earth to thrive, not just to survive, to thrive, to succeed. This is what success looks like today. We aren't in a world that's not been populated yet. We're not in a world that needs you to name the animals. We're in a world that's already been established, and now success looks this way. So go out and get it. You guys have a great selling Saturday. Realize that you have a huge responsibility. Take that responsibility, run with it, and do great things. Man, we love you to death here, man. And if there's anything that we can do to help take your life, your business, your career to a whole new level, I hope that you realize just how sincere we are when we say that we're here for you. Have a great selling Saturday. We'll be back in tomorrow with another 15 minutes of mastery to be able to help you as well. We're getting ready to head out to Dallas next week, and we'll be in Orlando within a couple of weeks for a huge reveal that we're doing out there at Congress and Expo. We hope you help a ton of families today. And as always, my friends, until next time, can't wait to meet you.